It's the Marty Show. Hello and welcome to the Marty Show. Today we're diving into the chilling world of classic horror comics with a look at two iconic magazine series from the 1970s, Creepy and Eerie. These magazines are legendary for various reasons. First and foremost, the stunning artwork on both the covers and within the pages. First off, let's talk about Creepy. Launched in 1964 by Warren Publishing, Creepy was a black and white horror anthology magazine, pretty much following in the footsteps of Tales from the Crypt and other EC comics from the early 50s. Creepy's influence was significant, paving the way for horror comics to flourish in an era when the Comics Code Authority had imposed strict regulations on content. By publishing in a magazine format, Creepy bypassed these restrictions, allowing for more mature and graphic storytelling. The magazine ran until 1983, but its legacy endures thanks to collected editions. We'll get back to that later. Each issue was hosted by the sinister Uncle Creepy, who introduced readers to a series of short horror stories. The magazine became renowned for its high-quality artwork, featuring contributions from legendary artists like Frank Frazetta, Neil Adams, Gene Colan, Steve Ditko, Bernie Wrightson, just to name a few. The stories ranged from gothic horror to science fiction, providing a diverse array of terrifying tales, but to tell the truth, there sure were a lot of vampires and werewolves. Maybe too much so, especially in the early Archie Goodwin era, who was the editor and writer for most stories. Next up is Eerie magazine, Creepy's sibling publication, also launched by Warren Publishing in 1966. Similar in format, Eerie offered horror and science fiction stories hosted by the ghoulish cousin Eerie. Eerie distinguished itself with ongoing serials and interconnected stories, creating a rich tapestry of horror narratives that kept readers coming back for more. Artists and writers from Creepy often contributed to Eerie as well, ensuring the same level of artistic excellence and storytelling. Eerie explored a wide range of themes, and sometimes in longer form than in Creepy, which might be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on the story and who the artist was. The magazine also lasted until 1983. Now, for those looking to explore Creepy and Eerie today, you've got three options. You can either hunt down the original issues, but it would be the most time-consuming and expensive option. But if you are hardcore enough, it could still be done. You could also look for the hardcover editions. Dark Horse Comics undertook the monumental task of reprinting both series in deluxe hardcover editions starting in 2008. They offered complete collections of Creepy and Eerie stories featuring restored artwork and additional materials like original covers and fan letters. Most of them are now out of print, but if you look hard enough, you can still find them relatively easily. Also, currently, Dark Horse is releasing softcover versions of these collections. These editions provide a more accessible and affordable way for most to enjoy them. As far as I am concerned, the production values are equally good. In fact, that's what I am currently going for, because aside from a couple of volumes, I completely missed out on the hardcover ones. In any case, if you are looking to read a few issues or collect the full run, you can't go wrong with the softcover releases. At the time of making this video, we are up to volume 5 on both series, and you can easily catch up because they're all currently available. Before we close, just one little warning. The original publisher, Warren, went through a financial crisis between issues 17 and 32 of Creepy, and you can feel the dip in quality from collected edition volume 4 until about volume 7 or 8. And the same goes for Eerie between issues 11 and 26, meaning collected editions 3, 4, and 5 also do not represent the best the series had to offer. So that's something to keep in mind. As a collector, I'm a little torn between collecting them for completion's sake or just skipping them. Full disclosure, I am still buying them, but I thought I should mention it. All that being said, if you like your horror a little on the tamer side, but with high quality art and prose, the first few collected editions are definitely going to be your thing. On the other hand, if you want things to be a bit more graphic and edgier, then go for later collected editions. Once Richard Corbin, Alfredo Alcala, Esteban Maroto, and Bruce Jones came in. While I do not own any original issue of the magazine, I have some hardcover volumes. I've got volume 1 of Eerie, as well as volume 15 of Creepy, which is a very nice volume. A lot of Edgar Allan Poe stories in there. Beautiful art by great Spanish artists. A bit of Richard Corbin as well. As you can see, they're pretty thick volumes. They take a lot of shelf space, so you might have to think about that if you think about collecting these. On the other hand, the softcover version here, as you can see, is much slimmer. It doesn't take too much space. In fact, the page size is about the same, so you're not really losing any info, and the reproductions are as lovely as in the hardcover version. In fact, it's pretty much the same contents, except for the fact that you might have to be a bit more careful not to damage them. They currently retail for $24.99 US and $33.99 Canada. If you look, you might find them for cheaper. In fact, I could buy some of them for $20 each, which is not a bad price. All right, well, thank you very much for watching. See you next time.
Thanks for watching.